So in today's video, we'll be going over priorities for using gold plates and plus 13ing. I made this video about maybe 2 years ago, I think, in regards to plus 13s and stuff, but it hasn't been updated since then, and there's some information lacking, as in like specific orders in which you should go about plus 13 stuff and things like that, at least for my suggestions. So we'll be doing that in this video. So to start off, as always, guys, gold plates here, you get these from like OS, you get them from guild shops, you get them from like a lot of places, but primarily guild shop and OS is where you get most of your gold plates from. So keep that in mind. And remember, when it comes to selecting your universals, which are like these things right here, or the guild shop, you want to prioritize main gun plates or aircraft plates depending on what you want more, because those are going to be your biggest value in terms of plus 13. So either aircrafts or main gun plates. All right. So with that being said, let's go ahead and go down the list, starting with main guns. So main guns here, this is very simple. What you want to do here is the main gun priorities when it comes to using main gun plates are going to be BB guns, because BB guns are from your main fleets, and main fleets does the most damage when it comes to combat. If you guys don't already know and you want to prioritize how to use your gold plates, it's very, very simple. If you guys want to do any kind of testing, just go into a meta 15 run, hit auto button, and then look at the damage charts at the end. The ships that are doing the most damage, you want to emphasize and enhance their damage even more, because you're going to get more value out of it. Let's say there's like a 1 or 2% damage increase when you increase a gear or whatever to plus 10 to plus 11. Now think, 1% gain on 100,000 damage is 1,000 damage. 1% gain on 200,000 damage is 2,000 damage. See what I'm talking about? You get more value out of the ships that do more damage if the damage is when the damage are getting, or when the gear is getting upgraded. So that's why you want to focus on the main guns for battleships, because they do the most damage, obviously, as I showed in the picture. So in this case, we want to focus on battleship guns. Now here is the thing. When it comes to plus 13 guns for battleships, it's really, really peculiar. So there are a lot of options out there, like Champagne's gun, the Marco Polo gun, the Izumo gun, Yamato gun, 457s. There's a lot of options for this. Now, personally for me, if you guys do have a 457, that gun is definitely worth plus 13 by far. In terms of usefulness, I definitely say this is a really good gun to plus 13, even though hell no this, hell no that, right? It doesn't work with hell no that well. It's still a very, very good gun to plus 13, because you can use it everywhere else. World 14, Arbiter fights, you can use it pretty much anywhere. So this gun is really, really good. And then I say, if you have Yamato's gun, that's also a solid option as well too. Now there's that whole fiasco about people hating on Yamato's gun or whatever. Personally, if you have Musashi using it on her, can't go wrong with it. I'm gonna say it right now, you can't go wrong with this gun at plus 13, especially on Musashi. Still very, very good. And then for the gold guns, I say the best valued gold gun you get as of right now is the Champagne gun, the triple 406, because it has the best spread in terms of armor mods for bossing. 140 and 120 on the medium and heavy armor is very, very solid. The other guns though are questionable. Marco Polo gun is very good on medium armor, but is bad on everything else, so it's very, very niche. You want to have a good variety of armor mods for that gun, because bossing is where you want to focus most of your plus 13s on. And if a gun is primarily based on medium armor versus like medium and heavy armor, you won't get as much value out of it. Yes, it's really, really good on medium armor, but even though medium armor is like 80% of the bosses in this game, there's still the option of just there's going to be other things as well too, not just that, right? And this gun right here, even though it's good on Musashi, the armor mods are terrible. So in terms of priority, we're not going to salvage that. In terms of priority though, I say if you guys do have main gun plates, focus them on your UR guns. Definitely the Yamato gun and the 457 are very, very good for plus 13s. Even the New Jersey gun, the 406 MK7, is a good solid gun to plus 13 as well too. I haven't plus 13 mine because I never really use this anymore. Like the best person to use this on, aside from like HE content, is like Ulrich, and I don't use Ulrich anymore. So, but it's not a bad gun to plus 13 though. Definitely is pretty good. It's the best HE gun by far, so it's definitely really good. After that though, if you guys need to plus 13 a SSR gun, unless you're doing like medium armor, like one taps for like YouTube content or shorts or whatever, Champagne gun is probably the only BB gun I would recommend plus 13 for gold tier BB guns. So that's the BB gun list. The second we'll be talking about are aircraft plates. So as always, we have aircraft stuff. Now there's a way for me to sort this by multiple planes. I would love that, but we can't. So I guess aviation, whatever. Anyways, though, when it comes to aircraft plates, the priorities are very simple. I say the first thing you want to focus on are torpedo bombers. Now I say torpedo bombers because these things are like junkers right here are very solid. They have a good amount of spread and damage. They have good medium, very good heavy, and like usable light. It's not the best for light, but it's usable. Now the thing about these things are that it's good for bossing and you can use it anywhere. That's why I have it the highest priority. Some people could say and argue that the AP rockets have the highest priority because those things rip through light and medium armor extremely well. Now here's the thing, it has terrible heavy. Now I know there aren't many heavy armor targets in this game, that is correct, but there's also the fact that this plane doesn't intercept like other fighters in the air. So if you're using this for like World 12 and 13, you won't get much value out of it. Now I know World 12 and 13 are like a small portion of the game, I get it, but there's like these things are good, but I would say these are like secondary tier good. When it comes to priority for aircraft plates, I would definitely put junkers over AP rockets because they're more diverse. You can use them for light. Well, you have to use them for light. You can use them for medium and use them for heavy armor targets. Whereas AP rockets, if you're dealing with heavy armor, you're not using junkers anymore. You're using like Sea Hornets or something, right? They have much more better mods for heavy armor. So that's why I say AP rockets are good for a secondary priority plus 13, but not a primary. Primary should be junkers, then AP rockets. After that is where you want to focus into dive bombers. Now again, this is for bossing content, right? So if you guys want a plus 13 gold Hellcats, this is okay. I say 1 or 2 is fine, but when you get those 10 rides coming in, guys, definitely start dumping into 10 rides because they do so much damage. So much damage. Now I know some people are gonna say like parallel bombs or whatever is worth is good plus 13s or whatever. I'm not gonna tell you guys how to use your gold plates. You can do whatever you want. Personally, I wouldn't do it. Like I've done all the content in this game which is plus 10s, and I did it just fine. And it's pretty overkill to be honest because wyverns are just that good. I personally wouldn't do it. Same with fighter planes. I don't have any other fighter planes aside from AP rockets that are plus 13 because I don't find them that useful. And then dive bombers, only 10 rise. Well, a couple sweet stays because of repost meta, but which we won't talk about because I hate that fight. But anything else though, 10 rise are my only plus 13. So there's that. Right, I believe the next one we're talking about are torpedoes. Let's talk about torpedoes next. So torpedoes, this is gonna be very interesting here. I never made a torpedo guide in particular because I was whatever about it. Personally, for me, I just upgrade my UR ones because I use these all the time. I had these at plus 12. I never used them. Maybe one day I'll use them, but skip over these. So I go ahead and upgrade these. Now, some people upgrade like the purple Quints or whatever, or like these gold ones, and that's fine too, I guess. It depends on your preference. I'm lazy. I just go with rainbow ones and just toss them on and just run with it. And there's also, if you want to play manual, if manual players are still a thing in this game, these Quints from Gear Labs are very good for manual gameplay. So plus 13, these are also a very solid option as well too. Everything else though you can neglect. I wouldn't recommend doing it. But in terms of priority though, I would definitely go for the auto torpedoes first, then worry about manual next. But Again, it's up to you guys. I don't play manual, so if you want to do manual, go for the Quints right here. Otherwise, if you want to play more auto, I just go with homings. Anti-air. So anti-air for me, the only anti-air actually worth plus 13 are STAAG buffers because as I explained before, no real anti-air is needed at plus 13 and they could do all the content in the game just fine. There's a little bit more damage, but for the most part, you're fine. The reason why plus 13 STAAG buffers are really good is because of the 3% OS damage you get from making them plus 13 right here. Operation Siren damage boost by 3%. Why this is good is because the only area where you actually need STAAG buffers if you have maxed out ships are arbiter fights. Arbiter fights are level 130, whereas max level ships as of right now are 125, meaning they're 5 levels over than you. And in the video I made a couple days ago, the short video for anti-air, I said that you want to use STAAG buffers when the enemies are much higher level than you by about 5 levels. So STAAG buffers are good for hit because the enemies are going to be extremely hard to hit when they're higher level than you. And guess what? Arbiter is an Operation Sirens, so 3% Operation Siren damage boost. Very good. Now you can upgrade the other anti-airs to plus 13. I'm not going to tell you not to do that. But for me personally, once you have your STAAG buffers, 3 of them at plus 13, do whatever you want with anti-air. I'm waiting for UR anti-airs, Copium. It may come out one day, who knows. But until then though, 3 STAAG buffers at plus 13, that's pretty much all you need for plus 13 anti-air. You can do whatever you want for the rest. And as for auxiliaries, this is going to be very easy. It comes down to playstyle. As always, make sure you guys have your steam catapults at plus 13 if you want to play carrier. Otherwise, if you guys want to play more battleships, make sure you have your shells at plus 13 and maybe 1 or 2 fire control radars at plus 13 as well too. I have the UR one at plus 13. I also have one of my gold ones at plus 13 as well too. So shells, black and white shells at plus 13, and then maybe 1 or 2 fire control radars at plus 13, depending on what your playstyle is. I do mixture of both though. After that, once you have your backline auxiliaries maxed out, you can worry about your auxiliaries on your sub or your vanguards. So washing machines are okay here. Pearls tier if using that. The thing if using Helena as well too is also very good. The Eagle Union thing is somewhere here. This thing right here. If you have that, unless you're doing EX, then you can skip that. Pearls tier, that there's pretty much nothing else. You can do a VH plating if you really want to use some other large cruiser stuff from E-Girl is a solid option. And I think that's pretty much it. There isn't much priority. Oh, Goldburn, but that's for a collab though. If you have this, definitely worth plus 13. But yeah, aside from that though, there isn't much to plus 13 else. I guess this scuffed steam catapult. I use this for my steam catapults. So it's only for PvP though, but the stats still apply for normal combat. And that's pretty much it. I don't think any of the damage ones aside from backland are worth plus 13, like torpedoes. The Oxy Torps aren't worth plus 13, at least to me. The Fumo 25s aren't worth plus 13 for me as well too. You can pretty much skip all of those. I guess you can work on submarine plus 13s as well too. But I don't think it's that high of a priority, at least not to me. But you can if you want to. So I believe that covers gold plate priorities. Again, remember, main guns and aircraft should be your highest priority when coming down to selectors. Make sure you guys are using these on main guns or aircrafts when it comes to selectors and guild shop as well too. And then if you guys want to follow my order, I gave you guys the priority in guns that you should work on plus 13, assuming you have them. And then just go down the list from there. So again, gold plates are a very scarce resource. Make sure you always grab them when you guys have the chance. Get those plus 13 guns, and you guys will be doing a lot of damage if you guys aren't already doing a lot of damage. Okay. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you guys for watching as always, and I will see you guys in the next video.